how we doing? Monday. Just wanted to start the week off with some words of encouragement, motivation, and inspiration. First off, thank you, God, for another opportunity at this thing called life. If it's still air in your body, you still got a purpose. And man, today I wanted to highlight all my people that are dealing with misplaced anger. I say it a lot that our current society wants you sad, angry, with anxiety, depression, not loving yourself, not believing yourself, mad at your daddy, mad at your mama, upset that you got to go to work. And understand the best fighter is never angry. And you got to channel that anger, that discouragement in the proper way. You know, where attention goes, energy flows. And if I'm rising down, lowering myself down better, should I say, to the level of what the world is giving me, then I know what frequency I'm on. I know what I'm gonna get into my life. But if I choose to rise above my environment and above the world and be something different, regardless of what I see, walking by faith, not sight, being in the world but not of the world, then what I put out, I know I'm gonna get back. The return may be a little longer because we see sin is spinning and being pretty fast in today's society right now. But you gotta stay focused. You gotta know brighter days are ahead. You gotta be happy on your way to being happy. And there's a lot of men that you can look at them and see they're frustrated. You can see they tired. And I'm saying never let your enemy see you sweat, regardless of what you're going through. You know? And I say that from experience. I know I'm younger than a lot of men who have dealt with divorce, but I know what it's like to not talk to your children, you know, to be on child support, to have things happen in your life. You say, why am I constantly fighting these battles and fighting these demons? But as Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, you'll repeat it over and over and over. And you'll say, this is just supposed to be my life. This is my fate. And Albert Einstein said, you know, imagination, a preview of life coming attractions. And I can say when I was going through those negative situations over and over and over, I wasn't using my imagination. I wasn't thinking big. I didn't have a plan for my own life. I wasn't in touch with God, truthfully. But when I got tapped in with God, when I started seeking the kingdom first, Matthew 6:33, the skies got a little brighter. And I'm not saying I still didn't face trials and tribulations, and I still haven't went through hard times, but I've learned to be happy during those hard times, to be grateful for the wisdom and the knowledge that I can learn while I was down bad. And so I'm just sending these words of encouragement to a lot of men in this world that's going through hard times right now, whether it's because of economics or because of divorce, they don't have a good relationship with their children. Mentally, you have to win the battle before you can win it on the physical plane. You got to pray. You got to get in touch with a higher power. Transmute, better yet, that negative energy into positive energy. Maybe you should start writing a book about what you're going through in life right now. Maybe you should get up an hour earlier and stretch and meditate. For me personally, cold showers have paid huge dividends on how calm I can be through life. If you've read the book Man's Search for Meaning, he talks about there's the stimulus and then there's response. And we have to be able to slow down responding to negative situations in this world. I think we all can agree that anytime you made a decision out of anger, it didn't really come out good. And this world keeps you overstimulated. It wants you over-medicated, undereducated. It wants you, like they say, 0 to 100 real quick. They don't want you to think about the long-term consequences. And I'm saying, I know it's ugly right now, but think long-term. You've survived 100% of your bad days. Like, think about your current life. So what you're going through right now, it really ain't that big a deal. You just caught up in the moment right now. You caught up in what the world is throwing out, that energy that they're trying to get all of us stuck in. I say it a lot, man. Collective consciousness is real, and paying attention is buying reality. So what do you want to grow? I'm not saying we don't all know about the things that go on in the world, but just don't stare into them. Don't let it consume you. Read Feeling is a Secret by Neville Goddard. 2 books that I think every man should read in life are The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida and No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover. And I also want to say Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil He said in society, instead of being a go-getter, you should be a go-giver. And right now, while there's so many people in the world that are hurting, you should be a go-giver. Give your love, give your support, give your energy, give your wisdom. You know, there's been plenty of times in life that financially I was doing a lot better than what I am right now. But I've never had the relationship with my wife and children that I have right now. I've never been this good of a person to myself and to the world and to the people around me as I have right now. It's because it's given me the opportunity to reflect on my childhood and think back to when me and my little brother had to eat Church's chicken for dinner and put that same chicken in a cooler and have it for breakfast because our lights is off and our gas is off. We were still happy, we were still kids. And when my wife got laid off all them months ago and we was down bad on bills, you know who was still happy? Our kids. It was cool to see my wife still upbeat. As a man, I handled all that. I believe that all negative energy should stop at your front door. As a man, don't allow that to come into your home. You set the tone. And if you don't have a family, don't you want to walk in there by yourself and be just it'd be a vibe? And if you don't have children, maybe you got a niece, a nephew, a brother, a sister, maybe your mama. My daddy called me when he going through stuff, and I talk him through it, man. Everybody needs somebody to lean on. Iron sharpens iron. And I'm not perfect. I'm still growing in this thing called life. Y'all comments help me. Y'all send me clips and things that uplift me and help me keep going as well, and so I can learn new things. And I say the world is your library. But I'm just doing my part to see, man, there's a lot of men that, you know, whether it's leaving negative comments or just, you know, making videos showing their frustration, transmute that into something positive, Brody. Don't let this world see us breaking. Don't let the enemy win. And I can't tell you exactly who the enemy is. I can't tell you if it's communism. I can't tell you if this is really, you know, other nations trying to make us weak from the inside so they can go to war and take over. I can't tell you if it's linked to Epstein Island or you know, the Hunter Biden situation. There's a lot of things, bro. I'm in this world just like y'all, and I know what I see on Twitter, and I know what gets ignored by the mainstream media. And I can just tell you, don't let that affect you emotionally. Be in the world, not of the world. Know what's going on, but be calm, be alert. Read The Art of War. Because you have to be able to protect yourself. And that comes with having a sound mind. I say it a lot, man. Drink water, spring water, alkaline water. Exercise, stretch, meditate, journal. You got to get you a journal. You got to write your thoughts down. Emotions, energy, emotion. And you got to get it out. Especially right now in today's society. And it's going to be interesting to look back 5 years, 10 years from now and see how we overcame that, but also what current weird issue we're going to be facing. I keep saying, man, AI rights is going to be an argument coming soon. And, man, look here. It's going to keep evolving, but you got to smile through it. Because we living in the greatest time of society right now. We can lead a roadmap for the next generation and the generation after that. You know, how I can go back right now and read The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson? That's what this content is for. It's for kids in 2066. Like, man, something ain't right. This don't make sense what we living through. And that's why I'm encouraging you, give your art to the world. You got a perspective. Wherever you live at right now, I probably ain't been there before. I didn't live your life. But your wisdom, your story on life, it'll help somebody for real. And we got to combat the negative propaganda that's given to us by these companies. That's why a lot of these mainstream artists, they unhappy. They take their own life. I keep saying, man, money don't make you real. Having 1 million followers don't. None of these external things, this world, this social internet thing is not real. Yeah, you can make money from it, but at the end of the day, when you put your phone down and you in your room by yourself and you close your door, that's all it is. I don't care if you got $1, you got $100 million, you're still just a human being. You still gonna go out in the casket. So accept the reality of what's real. And then ask yourself, what would I want to leave behind? What would I want my legacy to be? And I know you want your legacy to be more than just twerking or going to the club on the weekend or waving guns in the air. The definition of ignorance is a lack of intelligence, and this world keeps you ignorant on purpose because it don't want you to know your greatness. It don't want you to recognize that light that's inside of you. Every single one of us can create something. We all can think. Therefore, we all can give something new to this world. We don't have to keep copying the same low vibrational content. I love Lil Wayne. We went from Lil Wayne, Young Thug, YNW Melly. We went from Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Sexy Red. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking these individuals because you can only copy what you see, what's in front of you. That's why I go back to we need the strong families. We need the strong mamas, the strong daddies, the grandmas, the aunties, the uncles. Give our kids something to look up to, more than just a rapper. Tupac said thug life stood for the hate you give little infants fucks everybody. We gotta get these kids a better world than what we had. We gotta leave it better for them. And that comes with right now with speaking truth. I seen a question yesterday, not a question, but a comment. And it said, you know, most people, if they aren't pro-America, they're just brainwashing. I was brainwashed for a while. I had no idea. The world really keeps you in a box. That's why I say the best fighter is never angry, because if you come back at me and say, you stupid, you ignorant, well, hell, you just made me double down on how I felt about my side. So you got to learn to move with love. All you are is your love, your light, and your wisdom at the end of the day. It's a lot of people, they on the wrong side, but they don't even know it. So the way you got to approach them is different. Most black people grow up Democrats, but I talk to a lot of my white super liberal friends, and they whole life, their parents pushed Republican on them, which made them run away from it. So let's change the way we talk to each other. Let's change the way we treat each other. Shout out Tupac, rest in peace. And I promise, if we start treating each other better, if we respecting each other, if adults set a better example for the children, then the world can change. But how can I be a happy kid when I look up and all I see is pissed off adults? How can I be willing to step into manhood or fatherhood when all I see is 40-year-old rappers still going to the club, throwing money in the air? Like, somebody has to step up and set a better example for the children. And once again, I'm not perfect, but I know the example that I'm setting for my children, and it's better than what my daddy set for me. And I don't know where you are in this world or when you'll watch this video, but I hope that you're exceeding what your parents showed you. They did the best they could with the knowledge they had. And because we know better, it's up to us to do better. I love you all. Have a super mega awesome week. Never be too proud to pray. Get in that Bible, man. And uplift the people around you. Like I said, it's a lot of broken souls right now. And if hurt people can hurt people, real life, heal people can heal people. And it ain't about the money. It's about the way you make somebody feel. And right now in this world, if somebody's smiling, somebody that feels good about themselves because of what you said to them, what you did for them. So just keep being that light, keep being that love in this world. And brighter days are ahead, baby. I promise, man. I promise the pendulum gonna swing and we gonna look back and say, damn, we made it through that. Like, but yeah, like remember when they said Y2K, the world was gonna end? I was like in 5th grade and everybody was panicking saying we was gonna die, and we still here, baby. We still here. We still here. We still thugging it out. So I love you all. Have a super mega awesome day. Never be too proud to pray. You gotta be happy 24/7, 365, because them blessings are always on the way. Outie, baby. All love.